Okay, this is the test of the properties of soap for the saponification of fatty acids. The dry soap has been, well, it has been drying for the last 24 hours, and now we're ready to do some chemical tests on it. So the first thing that we're going to do is turn on your balance, make sure it's tared to 0, and then put a weigh boat on the balance and record the mass. So my mass would be 2.43 grams. And now I'm going to use one of the plastic spoons provided to weigh out 0.5 grams of the soap. So I want my mass to go up to 2.93 grams or so. It doesn't have to be exact as long as you record exactly how much you used. Alright, we did not make 0.5 grams of soap, so we're just going to use as much as we can. That's why gloved hands are useful, so we can kind of scrape the spoon as well. So my mass is 2.68 grams, so you would just do the subtraction to figure out how much soap you actually collected, and then move forward with this. I actually feel like this is about half as much as the instructions are asking for, so I am going to cut the volumes of water in half as well. So I'm going to place all of this soap into my beaker, and then it asks me to measure 50 mils of purified water. I'm going to use 25 because I had so much less soap. So here's my purified water. And this is not the best pouring device, to be honest, but I'm going to pour over my paper towel to 25 milliliters. Yep, right on my balance. That was smart. And we're close. There we go. That should be good. I'm going to dry my balance off before it.
This is why when you see pouring devices like beakers and graduated cylinders, there's a little out part, like a little notch, so that you get some much gentler and better pouring.
That is correct. All right, so now we're going to add these 25 milliliters. I'm going to pour a little back. There we go. I would say that is 23, maybe 23.2 milliliters. And I'm going to pour that into my beaker. There's a little bit of soap right here at the edge that I'm going to try to get to go down there. There we go. That was good. Pour that in. And now, it doesn't actually say this, but I'm going to stir this up. And let me get my hand out of the way. So we're trying to mix the soap into the water so we can do some chemical tests with it. It's probably not going to dissolve completely, right? It's soap. But as long as we can get some mixing, that's the idea. So we'll let that sit, and now we're going to label our 2 glass test tubes. I'm going to use a Sharpie. The instructions say grease pencil. That is in your kit, but I think a Sharpie works better. I'm going to label one of them test tube 1, and the other one is going to be test tube 2. So there we go. And now it says to place 5 milliliters of the soap solution into each test tube, and you want to measure those 5 milliliters with your smaller grad cylinder. So I'm going to give that a little bit more of a stir, and now I'm going to pour this in and measure 5 milliliters. Okay, we've got some soap coming along, which is good. We're going to need that for the tests. So there's 5 milliliters in test tube 1. And now we'll pour about 5 milliliters in test tube 2. The exact amount is not important. This is not the quantitative part of the experiment. And there's 5 milliliters in test tube 2. And now what we're going to do is a pH test using only the solution in test tube 1. So you need your pH paper. Open up that packet. Remember there's the key inside. And you might want to have some paper towel. And now I'm gonna get out my pH strips. Remember that the pH strips have these backings, these white backings. That's not the pH paper itself. The pH paper is orange. So grab yourself a piece of pH paper, put the rest away, and you're going to swirl the solution in test tube 1 and then tap it to someplace on the pH paper. And we got a very nice result here. I would say that is a pH 9. Soaps are basic, so we should expect to see a basic result here. And there we have it. That's where we're going to end today, this video.